Ramblings of an Old Man Part 2. Unfortunately, the camera was flat, so you missed me being overtaken on a blind corner by somebody doing easily a third more than the speed limit in the area at the time, which was 80 k's. Tell you, drivers in New Zealand, they're probably like it all around the world really, but one of the best countries in the world I found for driving, like she's two equal, Japan and Switzerland. Very well behaved, considerate, etc. Here in New Zealand we have I don't know, it's almost a subculture of bad drivers. I actually surprisingly don't really have much against speed. I mean, let's face it, speed doesn't kill. Despite what they tell you, speed does not kill. It's only the sudden stop. Speed, when handled correctly, as most race drivers will tell you, it's actually fine, within reason. Obviously, you've got to drive to the conditions, which is something a lot of New Zealanders don't do. Take, for example, today, it's currently 16 degrees. It's 10 past 8 in the morning. Road's dry. Currently I'm on the open road, so 100 k an hour speed limit. I'm sitting on 100 on the button. It's fine, so it's no issue. The road condition's good. Well, as good as it gets in New Zealand. But then you get people that just speed, but they do it recklessly, endangering other lives. You'll see here, obviously we use, I'll tell you where I am. I'm north of Kaikoura. I'm about 30 kilometres north of Kaikoura. We're just about to leave the coast behind now. That's the Pacific Ocean that you would have seen. And we're heading inland to Blenheim. Anyway, getting back to what I was saying. Yeah, I don't have much of a problem with speed at all, as long as it's done sensibly. It doesn't bother me if you get caught, it's your tough bickies. However, speed endangering other people is something completely different. Now the police here in New Zealand are generally pretty harsh on speed. Our fine system is probably a little bit lenient, considering. But let's face it, it's you know, if you're going to speed, habitual speeders, you'll never teach them any different, because that's what they want to do. Currently on State Highway 1, which runs the entire length of the country, so it's used by a lot of heavy traffic, as you would have seen so far today. Oh, VTL. And you know, these guys, these professional truck drivers, they get it everywhere. What I mean by that is they get tailgated. They get ridiculous passing manoeuvres, some of which even makes the news because they're so blatantly stupid. I didn't actually check the weather forecast this morning for where I'm heading. It's starting to look a little bit on the grey side. However, that cloud is still quite high, so it's not going to rain much. That cloud layer coming into basically Marlborough country. A lot of wine is produced out of this area. Predominantly it's wine and farming, livestock farming. But yeah, so I just wanted to share that little ramble. It's a pity you guys missed it because the camera was flat. I must have used a little bit too much for going through the Kaikoura Coastal in a previous video. The other thing that bugs me is a couple of things actually. I'd like to see the law change here in New Zealand with the use of cell phones. Okay, so it's illegal as it is in most countries. Hands-free is fine. That's no issue there. Set up to do more roadworks, are we? But people still text, and they still, even watching movies while they're driving. I've seen it. It's just fucking crazy. Excuse the language, but terrible behaviour. Back down through the cogs. So my law change that I want to see made is basically you're fined for being busted on a cell phone. Switch that from $300, I think it is, to $3,000. Tell you what, you'd only do it once. Actually, that's probably the reason why they won't change it, come to think of it. Because then they won't get the revenue, will they? They'll get a burst of revenue at the start, but then nobody would do it. And then that would be, yeah, that would hurt the government's coffers. So that proves then, going here on a tangent, that proves that the government's more interested in money than safety. Oh, there's a conspiracy for you. There we go, we're on our way. I have a lot of respect for these guys. Now, the car that passed me on that blind corner is just ahead behind that van and trailer. It's got those weird tail lights. Very much considering ringing the cops on that one. Let's just see what he does. Don't even know what it is. So whilst the speed limit through here is 30k an hour, we're actually a wee bit faster than that at the moment. Once again, driving to the conditions though. I mean, as soon as there's people around, everybody slows down, as you can see. These guys are top notch. Rightio. Gain a couple of cogs here and yes, he's riding that van. So once again, 80k an hour. We're currently sitting on 69, mainly just due to the traffic as we come through Ward. This truck in front of me is annoying. Anyway, another wee update and another little ramble. Leave you to it for now.